So I am around about now 85 now, very close to 85. So before I go away, I want to give interview to my grandson,
Inshallah, yeah, yeah.
Hamza. All right. My full name is Ayub Beg.
Ayub Beg.
Ayub
And
Beg.
in Pakistan, do they call you Ayub Beg as well?
No, the Pakistan they call me Mirza Ayub Beg because we are from Mirza family,
Okay.
from Mughal families. They call me Mirza Ayub Beg. But I was born in Pakistan, but I was registered. I was very young, few months old, when I went to Africa.
Okay.
On those days, the registration system was not there straight away, but it was in 1935, 34, and I was registered there in East Africa. My father came to Africa as a worker and a laborer to do their railways job. At that time, there was a railway going on, and people used to come from India.
Achha.
It was no Pakistan at that time in India, and they used to travel from India to Africa for laboring job. Actually, the British government wanted to build a railway line for 400, 500, 600 miles. So in those days, people were going there for a labor. And so they employed all the Asian. They traveled to the Karachi, and from Karachi they went to Africa by ship. Those days they were wind ships, sail ship like that photo you have. They travel in the sail ship. As my father told the story to my mom, I was very small, and they says the ship was started from Karachi. It took him about 27 to 30 days. My father reached there. And when they went there, the jobs were very hard, you see. But my father decided to buy a small wagon, small bus you can call it, small wagon or a small bus. And he started doing the transport. And he was not a very good driver because he was in the army and he learned little bit. But he drove.
Wow.
And that's how he learned. And there were a lot of passengers coming to that wagon. The wagon were very small, some of them on the roof, some of them inside, some of them on the wing. But he drove. He only left a little mirror on the front, the glass, and he drove. And he drove from Nairobi to a place called Neri in jungle. Neri. And he used to go early in the morning, take some passengers over there. And at that time, the war started. The war was starting in 1936, that's what they were telling. The war started about that time. And in the wartime, the people wanted a transport. English people, British people were working there in Africa on a railway line, on the things. They wanted a transport as well to move from one place to other place. And then the war started, and they want to take all the motors, all the buses, everything back into the war. And they took our motor as well. But at that town, the DCO of Neri, he requested to the army that we have only one motor to travel from one place to other place. Otherwise, we won't be able to do the army. So they gave back to motor to my father, and then we started our job. That's how my father started a transport over there. And then slowly, when the war finished, he bought another motor, partnership with somebody else, the friend who came with him. There were two partners. They bought about a Peugeot transport, small transport, and the buses transport, which you have seen probably our bus's photo.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, the bus photo. It was called Azad Bus Company. You understand? So Before he died, he told my mother, don't leave my family over here. Take my boy and one girl to Africa, because I've got my transport, I've got a house there, I've got my transport. They're not going to live here in Pakistan because they have no sources, nothing to eat, no food, no farm, nothing like that. So take my family there. So my mother took me to Africa, you see. Yes, I know
You used to
Swahili.
learn it. What was it? Which one?
Yes, the Swahili. Sasa mimi nakusa sahau Swahili. Mimi nilikuwa najua Swahili.
Oh, you awesome.
Mimi nasema Swahili kidogo.
Wow.
You know, that's me. I still speak Swahili.
Do you know any stories about this?
No.
About our family?
No, because I was in Africa. At that time. I was not there. And when I went to Pakistan, at that time, the India and Pakistan had separated already. And your grandfather know the story because he was in India. He was born in India. I was brought up in Africa, so that story was away from me. Your grandfather was born in India and he was migrate. He was migrate from India. Your father was only at that time 8 to 10 year old. And he has the story. He walked from India that so many miles to Pakistan. And all that trouble they had in the middle, murders, killing, both sides, your father went through that. Your grandfather. In Africa, the problem we had when I left the Africa, I came here in UK, the Mau Mau. At that time, there was a people called Mau Mau. There was a grow of the people, those who wanted independence from British people. They were called Mau Mau. They had a fight. They had a big problem fight. They were killing English people and the English people were shooting them. In my brother Yaqub, when he was in Africa, he went to the police, he joined the army, the British army in Africa, when they were getting independent. When the Africans were looking for independence, there was a lot of killing, lot of fight. So my brother was shot down by the Mau Mau about 3 times in the stomach. And he had a very big operation. He was almost dead. But Allah Miya wanted him alive, so he survived. His stomach was all cut. His andhra, were all plastics. Right up to now. He died here after many years, but his stomach was all like a plastic inside. When the Mau Mau and all killing started in Africa, I left Africa.
Right.
And I went to Pakistan. And from Pakistan, in 1980, I brought my family here.
Brand new day, bitch. Packs too famous, cut too shameless. I spit the duck now. Slap two pagans, saying that's too Asian. Didn't get lucky, I'm straight out of luck now. Upness, stay up now. Subness is stuck now. Blah blah, they hate we. Malala, don't stay down. We built this bitch, so it's time to get paid now. But fuck getting paid if it mean I don't stay brown.